Well done, everybody. Welcome back to JNM Vybz. Yes, sir.
We're back with another video.
In the previous videos we seen, we all recorded this in one day, so we were in the same clothes. Don't think too hard about it.
He has to reiterate that.
I need to because
everyone.
As I said, we have personal lives, we work, we don't really have time to do this all the time, so things just need to get done instead. So.
Yo, yeah, this video is gonna be about today 3 things to stop doing. Because 3 important things what we need to stop do.
So get a notebook and a pen as I write down what we talk about. Yes, sir.
I like that.
I think I said that in another video too. Yeah,
you did the one before.
Yeah, that's gonna be our thing. You need to get a notebook and a pen and write down what we said. Yeah. Let's get into it. So the first thing we're gonna talk about, which we suggest you stop doing, is forcing things. Forcing anything. We don't force nothing.
Yeah.
The way life goes, things happen, life is what it is. Like, don't force nothing. Don't force nobody to treat you a certain way. Don't force somebody to do nothing for you. Don't force things.
In all aspects, if you really think about it.
Like, this could go on forever, but just don't force nothing. Don't force somebody
like
to do
Vybz
nothing.
did it, just did it.
Yeah. Like, there's so much scenarios come into my head. The first thing I can think about is forcing somebody to act right. Never do that. Just never do that. That's a waste of time. People will do whatever they want to do at the end of the day. Don't do that. Another thing is forcing somebody to do something for you. Don't do that. If you can't figure out a way to do it yourself,
let that shit go.
Pretty much. I just, like, for me personally, it's very uncomfortable to try to force somebody to do something.
Because, like, when you get to that point, it's never going to be, like, genuine.
It's like you're begging.
Yeah.
You're begging at that point, and at that point, it's not worth it.
And they're just doing it just because you said that.
Yeah.
Like,
and you
like, fine, just take it and go. Just take it and go. And just,
that's so
they can get you out of it. Because that's what I do with people. Just take it and go and come out of my face.
So, yeah, don't force somebody to do nothing for you. I mean, if you can't figure out a way, something will work out. But overall, we just suggest people just overall stop forcing things. Stop forcing relationships. Stop forcing friendships, family situations. Stop forcing people to do things for you. Stop forcing people to change. Just stop forcing things. If it doesn't serve you, just don't do it.
Especially the people changing part. Like, you can never force someone to change, bro. Like,
yeah, don't try that. You're gonna change yourself. You're gonna drain yourself. You're gonna become like the worst version of yourself. Don't do that. So yeah, first thing, don't force things. All right,
don't force things. Number 1.
The second thing is negative thinking. So, I mean, in all aspects, negative thinking is bad.
Yeah.
In all aspects, it's
like, can you really stop yourself from thinking negatively about everything, though?
That's not possible. But don't only have negative thinking. Like, don't look at the bad side of everything. Try to be not optimistic, but realistic. Right? Try to be realistic in certain situations. Like, don't think too negative all the time, and don't be positive all the time, because that both are fake. Both aren't real.
To be a balance.
Yeah, both aren't real. The balance is being realistic.
Yeah.
Just stick to being realistic, because when you're too negative all the time, most likely you're depressed, you have anxiety, you probably have suicidal thoughts and those things, because you're viewing your life as all negative.
Yeah.
If you follow my Instagram page, I have a post up. It said, in the post, I just want to talk about this because I want people to understand this fact. So this man asked, like, some people he was interviewing, if he gave them $1 million, if they would be happy. Obviously, you'd be happy if you just receive around $1 million. He then asked if he gives them $10 million, if they would be happy. They're like, yes, obviously. But he's like, the circumstances of getting the $10 million is that you don't wake up tomorrow. And when you put that into perspective, that means life comes before money. That means life comes before 10 million or even $1 million. Because if you get that today and then you die tomorrow, what's the point of getting it today? So, like, think about your life. If your life, there's things that are going wrong all the time, From you have life, you have what you need. And from previous videos, you see change comes with you. Nobody is gonna change your life and your perspective or your anything for you. You have to do that yourself. You have to take initiative. You have to acknowledge what's wrong, what's not right or whatever. You need to be realistic with yourself. When you're too negative all the time, you're like, yo, I hate my life. I hate this. I hate that. Everything's going wrong or whatever. Try to see the positive sides of your life, because there's always a positive. If there's nothing positive, the most positive thing is that you're alive, you know? So don't be negative all the time. If you're a negative person 24/7, you need to change that.
Or if you're like associating yourself with people that are only negative thinkers, because there's a lot of people that are then just negative all the time 24/7, and it's just like, yo, are you okay? Because like, you don't need to be thinking like every single thing is in your life just has to be like,
I hate,
me, man.
Yeah, no,
like,
not only that too. I hate when I tell something to somebody and like the first thing they come to me is with like the negative version of it. Like if I'm so excited about something and I'm like, yo, like I'm excited about doing this, and then they're like, oh, well, this can happen and that can happen and stuff. Like that shit is just that negative like mentality. It brings you down. As much as you may think it doesn't, it brings you down.
In that scenario, you know, me feel like say the people on the other end I do, them just bad mind you.
True, that's true.
Like if you tell somebody your exciting news, obviously you're gonna know that there's a lot of negative or consequences that might come with it. But if you tell somebody your exciting news that you're so excited about, and the first fucking few things they say to you is all negative, bro, bad mind, red eye, the dirty eye, all of them something there. But nah,
cut that person, because yo, you don't like. Yo, I've been in those situations where like just people are negative all the time, and I've been in the mindset where I've thought only negative thoughts, to be honest too. So I've seen different aspects of it, and like I remember my life, like I was thinking negatively all the time, or like I just hated everything, you know? And nothing changed. But I made the choice to change how I'm viewing and how I'm taking in certain things.
Because you get to a point where you're like, yo, like I need to change. Else I'm just gonna be in the fucking trenches for the rest of my life.
Being depressed all the time, having anxiety and all of that. So even though nothing changes, I took the initiative to change my mentality and to look on the brighter side of things. Because yo, as much as you guys may not believe it, yo, your mentality, like what you think really has something to do with everything that you do in your life.
Yeah.
Like it contributes to your motivation.
Impact on everything.
Yeah, it contributes to your motivation, you know, like your work life, school life, relationships, anything. It contributes to everything. So if you're negative, your relationships are gonna be negative. Your school, you're gonna be stressed out all the time. Any little thing is gonna tick you off with school or relationship. Any sort of aspects you're gonna get ticked off. So negative thinking.
In that sense too, I feel like the negative thinking also comes with like a lot of anxiety as well, because when you're really and truly sitting and think about everything negative about everything, you're basically kind of worrying
about
24/7. You know what I mean? And worrying for me just feels like give me such like high anxiety. I don't like that at all.
I think I had to learn over these past years is to not let anything I can't control affect my mood or my emotions.
Yeah,
I know sometimes it's hard. Like certain situations you can't control what type of emotions come out. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But just overall in your daily life, if like you're just looking at everything negatively, you will always be depressed and you'll never be happy. And it can, depending on how strong you are, it can trigger you to do some stuff. So just try to be realistic. Don't try to be too negative. And on the flip side of that, don't try to be too positive. Because like when somebody's too positive all the time, like yes, we appreciate the positivity, but it comes with some sort of like fakeness to me at a certain point. Because shit's not sweet all the time. No. Realistically, shit's not sweet all the time. More times it's not good.
Yeah.
And like it's good to think positively, yes, but it's better to be realistic
And know that things might go haywire. Like it's not gonna
be prepared
always
for
be
any
perfect.
situation. Yeah, that's the thing about being realistic and the balance. Be prepared for any situation. The negative thinking, be like, this is the worst case scenario. Positive thinking,
This is
best
the
case
best.
scenario. Middle is like what will happen, you know.
Yup.
So don't be, because the thing with being too positive all the time is you will forever be disappointed, which can also lead to depression.
Have too much high hopes about everything and everybody. Always leads
But
to
like,
disappointment.
if you were a positive person like that, I guarantee you at this point you won't be, because you would have been let down so many times that you're probably a negative thinker 24/7. You can be optimistic, be positive, yes, but like not all the time and for every situation. Be prepared for the worst case scenarios in every situation. Don't be too comfortable. Do not be too comfortable about what may happen, because you never know. Like whenever anything, like for me, whenever I'm looking forward to something or whatever, I'm also I don't try to get my hopes up into the sky, because it never works that way. Things never go as planned ever, you know. I mean, I believe, like you guys probably heard me mention, I believe in God. I believe everything that happens for a reason. And you know, like if it looks like a bad, really negative situation, in the long run it will work out for the better good, because that's how God works in my eyes. So yeah, so basically our whole essence of this is to be realistic. Don't be too negative, don't be too positive, you know, because then you're never gonna ever have peace or live a happy life.
Try to get to that balance. Bro.
Yeah, you have to have that balance. This tattoo I have right here, it represents balance. I tell people, if you guys don't know, like it represents just bad and good, good and bad, darkness and light, light and dark. So like, for example, like I'm gonna use a personal example, COVID. COVID is a bad situation for a lot of people. It's a bad situation for a lot of people because you lost jobs, lost friends, family, people are sick. We're in it seems like a never-ending pandemic. People are clashing with each other, bunch of bad stuff. The positives for me is that I learned what matters. I stopped chasing behind things that don't. You just learn what matters. And this yin yang sign represents balance. There's good and bad, bad and good, you know? So have that balance. Be prepared for any type of situations life may throw at you, and don't stick to one end of the spectrum, because it's not gonna work out for you in the long run. So yeah. So 3 things we said to stop doing is stop forcing things, stop being too negative, stop being too positive, be realistic, have that balance. Hope we drop some knowledge, drop some gems on you guys.
Gems. Yeah, pick that shit up.
This is a more serious video. We weren't busting no jokes, because you know certain things just need, you just need to be a little bit more serious with, you know. So yeah, we hope this resonated with somebody out there, and yeah, come back for more.
Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe while you're here. Might as well, because I don't know when I gonna come back and watch. So subscribe, and we'll say I know for now watch it and not subscribe yet.
The fast people them. If we don't know, we know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.
We'll see y'all in the next one.
Adios.